money. I gotta keep some racks inside my reach. Getting on.
It's the Western Conference Finals, Game 3. The Memphis Grizzlies have showed up hungry and determined to fight for what they believe is rightfully theirs. Will they be able to break the stalemate and come out on top against the Timberwolves? The quest for the best in the West continues. Coming up next.
It's Game 3 of the Western Conference Finals, a tight series back and forth so far. Will it continue that way? Thank you for joining us for this playoff edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is on our sideline. And the starting group for the Grizzlies. Morant is the point, with Bane out on the wing. Wells is out there with Jaren Jackson. And it's Clark in at the 5 down low. And for the Timberwolves, McDaniels is out there with Randall. Then there's Dante DiVincenzo. Then it's Naz Reid. And it's Alexander Walker in at the 2-guard spot. Taking a look at Minnesota. Having relinquished home court advantage, Greg, they look to take it back with the win here in Game 3.
And we can look back on this game as the turning point for the series. It's still up in the air which team will get it.
You know, Randall has a nice package. He's got a good touch, good mechanics, and he's a capable mid-range shooter.
A three from Morant drains the three-pointer.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
I had a chance to catch up with Chris Finch. Now, we talked about the big man, Jaren Jackson Jr., and specifically how to defend him. The coach said he's a guy that can score from all 3 levels. Our guys have to be on him and active defensively as soon as he touches the ball. Coach needs his team to bring the energy tonight, and we'll see if they can respond. Guys?
Thank you, David.
You got to have guts and hops to pull off a dunk like that. Randall got a lot of both.
Memphis has gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Memphis shooting their first free throw of the evening. Good from Morant.
Now an all-NBA caliber talent, Morant still feels like he has room to improve.
For Minnesota, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Jackson gets the bucket.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possession.
Pass to Reid. Randall with a screen for Reid. Just 5 on the clock. McDaniels with the ball. Shoots over Wells. A shot by McDaniels, no good.
Boy, that's got to be terribly frustrating there. I mean, with the defense not hustling, and he still misses. Boy, he wishes he had that one back.
Jackson with the screen. There's a lot of Jackson. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And how about the hands on Jackson? Makes a good target on that frame and then able to finish off the alley-oop.
Here's Minnesota. They trail by 9 points. Poke loose. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. To end the run, a nice shot by McDaniels.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Outside, Bane. Pass to Morant. Takes it inside, and the dunk by Jackson.
This is how you use the pick and roll. Morant looking like a vet with the sweet dime there.
And the Timberwolves with possession here. 8-point game. And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. Minnesota making a switch. Conley's checked in. The Grizzlies also changing it up. Santi Aldama's checked in for Jaren Jackson. And Pippen subbed in for Wells. Morant against DiVincenzo. And Reed has it in the corner. Connects from three-point range.
Reed has a pretty proficient three-point shot. He's a big guy who loves to stretch the floor, too.
Here's Pippen. Now, here's Morant for three. The shot's good on the assist by Pippen. Morant's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the Grizzlies. We've got 1:23 left to play in the first. Drives to the hoop, and even 3-on-3 break. Payne for three, and again, it's the Grizzlies from deep. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for Memphis.
They've really been disruptive on the defensive end, forcing turnovers and turning those turnovers into points at the other end.
And guys, they've also done a great job generating offense from their defense, forcing turnovers and making the defense pay for those mistakes.
No one near Randall as he lets it go. And another three for Minnesota.
How about dueling from long range, just going at each other?
Looks to me like there could be something personal taking place here.
Now here's Morant. He's got 9. Pippen finds Morant. Driving inside. And there's the big-time jam as he slams it right over Randall.
Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
And, you know, when you've got a chance to put a team away early, you got to take it.
Floats it up for Pippen.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
Pass to DiVincenzo. Over in the corner, Randall. 23 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Shot clock at 6. Some solid defense from Clark.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Aldama gets the bucket.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
And, you know, that involves pounding it inside, getting as many points as you can right at the rim. That demoralizes the team.
And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard as we end the first quarter of play. Grizzlies lead by 14. And back with the start of the second quarter. We're back at the Western Conference Final. Happy to have you with us here on 2K Sports. And guys, the Grizzlies enjoying a nice lead here.
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
So on the floor to begin things for Memphis here in the second quarter. They've got Pippen. Jaren Jackson is out there with Santi Aldama. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Huff in at the center, filling out the middle. Alexander Walker passes to Gobert.
Gobert plays as tough at the rim offensively as anybody in the league.
Assisted by Alexander Walker.
And so it's Pippen with it. He brings it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. And this is a team that, quite frankly, has been incredibly impressive so far in the postseason, with only 3 losses to date.
And to get to this stage of the playoffs and only have 3 losses is really incredible. But they can't get carried away knowing that the job's not finished.
And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession. And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. Minnesota making a switch here. Einard's checked in. Wells is checked in for the Grizzlies. And we play just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. Ball's knocked loose. Stolen by Pippen. And here we go. On up the court. And Aldama slams it in.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
Conley surveying the D. Off target from three-point range. And the Grizzlies leading by 17. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Grizzlies have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line. And now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second quarter. Pass to Shannon. And again, unable to change momentum here. To the inside, Aldama, and he makes good on the layup. Aldama's got 9.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Conley against Pippen. Conley kicks to Ingles. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
You know, guys, no denying it's been a rough patch here. I think they've got to run whatever is best in their playbook to get a good shot.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter.
Timeout.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He wants to check in with his team and regroup.
Make some noise.
Kennard against DiVincenzo. It's tipped, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Kennard. Some changes for Memphis. Puffs jacked in, and it's Bain in for Kennard. Randall finds Conley. They grab their own miss. McDaniels gets a wide-open look. Hits it from three-point range. McDaniels got his second basket of the night.
And with that three ball, he puts a halt to the 12-point run by Memphis.
And the Grizzlies leading by 21. About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. Here's Morant. Basket counts. He's got 13.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Here's Conley. Hasn't made one yet. Got a piece of it. A three ball. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. They look to start a new streak after losing on Monday.
I mean, they went into that one with the thought that they may have a chance. No.
It wasn't pretty. That's definitely the case. I mean, I know they'd like to scrub that game from their memories and actually erase it from the hard drive. This is some kind of performance we're seeing from him today. He has yet to miss a shot.
For Minnesota, they've gone just 2 of 8 shooting here in the second quarter. And here's Conley outside.
Hey, you know, I like the competitive spirit, but when you look at it, I think he rushed that three a little bit because he was trying to get back at his opponent.
And finished off by Morant.
Talk about execution on the offensive end. They're leaving nothing on the table right now.
Yep, they're starting to stretch this lead out. Too much offense to keep pace with.
Pass to DiVincenzo. Randall outside. Outside Conley. Another miss by Conley.
The tough shots aren't going down for him right now, but neither are the easy ones. I mean, he's got to find the rhythm somehow.
Here's Morant, and it's Memphis with another.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
And what's been impressive is that it's not been any one player. It's been a collective effort, contributions from everybody.
Conley with the three.
Oh, bunny hops. Morant knows how to elevate and did there to get the block. And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
DiVincenzo finds Randall, and no good. The try spell continuing for him. And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies out there all by themselves with a 32-point lead to end the quarter. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. And we've got more on 2K Sports coming your way after this break.
Thanks for joining.
Well, the energy they're putting out is not going toward their defense. Problem is their offense can't keep up with those guys. So the D has to pick up the slack or this thing is over.
Man, you know they're getting an earful right down in that locker room. We'll see who's listening.
Seeing how things are shaping. That'll do it for our show today.
And we're back with you, all set to bring you more action from Game 3. Guys, Ja Morant has been sensational.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
Nickeil Alexander-Walker out there with Dante DiVincenzo. Then there's Reed. Then it's Randall. And it's McDaniels in at the small forward. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Memphis has gotten on a roll from three-point land. They've been flawless. 6 for 6 tonight. Now here's Morant. Pass to Bane. Memphis moving it around. Just 5 to shoot from the stripe. Makes a big high bounce and goes in. Morant's got the first points to start out the third quarter for the Grizzlies. Here's Alexander Walker. Pass to DiVincenzo. For the three. Rebounded by Jackson.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
And so it's Randall bringing it up now for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Takes the three. He can't get that one to fall. Memphis in total control. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. Morant against Randall. Jackson a screen on Randall to the paint. 4 on the shot clock. Wells kicks to Bane. And that one drops for him. Bane's got 5 points so far.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And it's hard to pick a more electrifying player in the league than Ja Morant. He explodes off the floor.
Both free throws good from Morant. Minnesota's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Here's Randall. Finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out. 9 points in the game so far.
You know, it's encouraging to see Randall working on this shot. You can tell he wants to get better from there.
Fires from way outside. Rebound, Minnesota.
Even with that miss, they're shooting 75% coming out of the break. That's a strong start to the half.
Count that one.
How about that move? Is this guy special or what? Just love watching him operate inside.
Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Morant passes to Bane. to the middle. Here's Clark, and it's Clark with the jam.
Quick off the floor and powerful. Clark loves to attack that rim.
Timberwolves have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Pass to McDaniels. Launches a 3, and he's good on the 3-ball.
Defensively, there was a lack of aggressiveness, and it really made it easy for him to knock that shot down.
Clark finds Jackson. Clark sets a screen for Jackson. Now Wells, stolen by McDaniels. They get a hand on it, and that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession. Some changes for Minnesota. Gobert comes in for Randall, and it's Mike Conley in for Dante DiVincenzo. 1:37 left in the third quarter. Knocks it loose, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Kennard.
Substitution for Timberwolves. Clark. Shannon.
Clark outside. Pass to Conley. Reed with a screen on Pippen. Knocked loose. It's stolen by Aldama. Here's Jackson, and Jackson throws it down hard.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
And the 3-ball is good. Clark's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Pass to Pippen. 50 seconds left to play here in the third. Bounce pass from Aldama. Here's Jackson. Kennard with the ball. It's stolen by Aldama. Kennard finds Aldama. Here's Jackson. Bricks the dunk off the deceptive pump fake. Minnesota's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
Does it as well as anybody, fellas. Tremendous skill while in the air.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
I think they're playing too soft on the perimeter. They can't stay so soft. They've got to get up into the shooters here.
Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
What was really impressive there, though, guys, was that he could have rushed it and panicked, and yet he kept his cool and splashed it.
And so it's Memphis, sitting pretty as the quarter comes to a close. Their lead all the way up there at 35 points. They've had active hands and have forced a lot of... Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. On the court for Memphis to start the fourth. Pippen is out there with Luke Kennard. Then it's G.G. Jackson. Then it's Bagley. And it's Aldama in at the 4-man position. Conley with it. He's picked up by Pippen. Shot's good by Shannon.
Leave somebody open on Conley's team at your own peril. He's going to make you pay for that.
That's a 2 from Kennard. And a little luck that time, but it drops.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
Back to Miller. Pass to Shannon. 5 on the clock, but 3. Bagley with the rebound. Memphis has gone 6 of 7 from long range tonight. They've been on fire from way outside. Now, here's Kennard. Defense right on him. That one good for 2.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Yeah, and they're really getting pummeled on points in the paint here.
Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Gobert finds Conley. Here's Shannon. Kennard covering. And slam dunk by Gobert.
It's like running into an immovable object. Gobert setting that pick nicely.
And the Grizzlies with possession here. Pippen for three. Buries the long-range jumper.
He's just stretching him out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
Yeah, especially with the score being what it is. I mean, you got to tighten it up on D.
And slam dunk by Gobert.
Great lob and an even better finish by Gobert.
Now Pippen. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Loud pass to Bagley. It's stolen by Gobert. 5-on-3 break. Here's Clark. The Grizzlies pull it in. Pippen outside. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Michael Conley picks one up.
And you know what? Very close to a three-point play right there.
Yeah, he almost got that one down. I mean, those are the kind of aggressive plays coaches love to see.
And it's a completely new lineup for Minnesota. For Minnesota, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for Memphis.
I like the fact that they've been very aggressive at the defensive end, tenacious. They're jumping passing lanes and coming away with a lot of steals.
And also, guys, they've been showing how dangerous they are in the open floor. When they see a chance to get easy points, boy, they just jump at it.
Three-pointer. Kennard with the rebound.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Bagley finds Jackson. And Jackson throws it down.
Oh, let's go home. That was just ridiculous.
I do not remember the last time I saw a dunk like that in a game.
And guys, it's going to be a long time before we see another one just like that.
DiVincenzo against Pippen. A baseline J. And again, the turnover by the Timberwolves.
And that's just another mistake. I mean, they've got it on autopilot, and they look totally dejected.
Vince Williams is checked in for the Grizzlies. For three. The shot's good on the assist by Pippen. Pippen's got his third assist on the night.
And really the story of this second half, one team getting the shots they want, the other not so much.
And that's why you have such a huge gap in the shooting numbers between the teams.
And now we can start talking about Game 4. What a magnificent effort and really a significant victory for Memphis.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And they're going to take one big step closer to the NBA Finals with this win tonight.
Yeah, and we know how pivotal Game 3s can be, especially when the team split the first two, so they have a major advantage going forward. The lead may only be 2-1, but it just feels a lot bigger.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Ja Morant.
A big part of their success was his ability to keep the ball moving, finding guys when they would flash open.
Kennard finds Pippen. Memphis moving it around. There's a screen by Aldama. There's Jackson with the three. Drills the three-pointer.
Saw the opportunity to put this away, and did not turn it down.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there. Go get it.
There's the double team with Pippen. Randall outside. Inside, Reed. And Reed throws it down.
Once Reed saw he had room, he went right up with authority.
And so it's Pippen with it. He brings it up for Memphis. There's Jackson with the three. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Boy, a fantastic performance. And I tell you something, I mean, you get roadkill, that's always a challenge in the NBA, no matter what. And they got it done.
Sinks the three-pointer.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And you know what? It's all about the long-distance game for him tonight. He's getting it done from out there.
So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. And they've edged in front in the series after an outstanding performance here in Game 3.
Kevin, it sure was. When teams split the first two games of a series, Game 3 means everything. They're going into Game 4 now, riding that high after this win.
And we've got David Aldridge standing by on our sideline with the player of the game. David, it's all yours.
Thanks very much, Ja. A lot of swag on this team tonight. Who's responsible for that confidence?
I feel like we all talk to each other, even the coaching staff. Coach let us play with a lot of freedom. Everybody have the green light, so I mean, there's no reason to lack confidence when you have a coach who believes in you every step of the way and just let you go out there and play your game. So we always just preach, you know, keep shooting, make or miss, and we're behind you. So
you all look like a confident bunch, man. Congrats on the win. Back to you.
David, thank you as always. That concludes this broadcast of the Western Conference Finals. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us. And now, our player of the game, Ja Morant.